Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on best crafts. Another very beautiful day, wonderful Tuesday morning, and we'll once again come with our predictions right on this very channel. All right, that's what we do every day. We always come up with, some of the games that are going on across the globe that we look into, before bringing it forward for you. All right, today promises to be a very exciting one, seeing that the Champions League matches are back, you know, and they are included in our predictions today. All right, yesterday we had fairly good day. We saw 4 games out of 6 matches that we predicted, coming out just the way we predicted them. Aside the two Portuguese teams that actually we saw Casapia, scoring a lot more than we anticipated yesterday, but that they actually won. But on the other one playing out a draw, unexpectedly. But that aside, we did very well. But today we hope to do exceedingly. We're looking at getting 100% of today. All right. In short, we'll be starting these predictions, one after the other. We're looking at the matches, but I want to use the opportunity to ask the first. So coming across our video for the first time, yet to subscribe to keep right now. Hit the button right now so that you wouldn't miss out on our subsequent games that will always come up on this very channel on a daily basis. Okay, have you done that? All right. Let's set to business of today. We'll start today with the match in Italian Serie C. We'll have a Potenza who'll be up against Benevento. Okay, looking at those same games for both sides, we see the Potenza have had 4 victories in the last 6 matches, and they've also had 2 draws. And the table toppers at the moment, Benevento, who had 3 victories in the last 6 matches, 2 draws, and one loss. In the last 6 games that they had so far. And all right, looking at how the teams fared on head home and away perspective, you can see the home side Potenza have actually won 4 matches and 4 draws. They've also had 2 losses in the last 10 home matches, and away side, Benevento have seen 5 victories in the last 10 away games, 3 losses as well, and 2 draws. But when you look closely, in the last 2 home matches for the home side have produced over 2.5, and for the away side also, the last 2 they saw over 2.5. And looking at how they fared on head-to-head basis, the last time both teams met, it was Benevento who played from home and won on that occasion by 4 goals to 1. But prior to that, we saw Potenza winning from away against Benevento in August of last year by 2 goals to 1 on that occasion. But in this very one, we'll go for a goal verdict, seeing that these 2 teams are teams that scores, and we'll expect to see a minimum of 2 goals in this very one over 1.5. That's what we expect for that very account. And there, we go to the next step for today. It is in the Europa League. We'll have Galatasaray who will facing Dynamo Kyiv. And Galatasaray have seen, the Turkish Giants have actually won 4 games in the last 6 matches, and they've had 2 draws as well. And we side Dynamo Kyiv winning 4 games, 1 draw, and 1 loss in the last 6 games that they have so far. And when you look at how this team performed on home and away perspective, Galatasaray have actually won, a lot of games, winning 7 games out of the last 10 home matches. They've not lost a single match here, but they've had 3 draws as well. And we side, on the other hand, with Dynamo Kyiv have managed to achieve 4 victories. They've also had 3 draws as well as 3 losses in the last 10 away matches that they have so far. And also what they've mentioned is the fact that for Galatasaray, 9 times out of 10, the matches have produced lots of goals. And in this very one, we definitely expect the home side, Galatasaray, to take the day and win this tie outrightly. These are home side to win outrightly. That's what we expect in this very encounter. And also, the next game that we have for you today is now in the UEFA Champions League match. We'll have Atalanta who will facing Sturm Graz of Austria. And when we look at recent games from both sides, we see Atalanta have won just one match in the last 6 matches that they have so far. They've also had 3 draws as well as 2 losses. And Sturm Graz have had 2 wins, 1 draw, but they've lost 3 in the last 6 games that they have so far. And looking at how the teams have fared in recent times in the last 10 home matches for Atalanta, they have produced 6 victories in the last 10 home matches. They've also had 2 draws and 2 losses. And Sturm Graz, on the other hand, have seen 5 victories in the last 10 away games, 2 draws and 3 losses. But when we put all that together, also noting the fact that Atlanta is a stronger side, in terms of quality. We will expect to see Atlanta taking the day in this one, and it is home side to win. That's a fight for that very account. And the next, also in UEFA Champions League, we will have a Bologna who facing Borussia Dortmund. And Bologna in the last 6 has seen 3 victories, 2 draws, and 1 loss. And we side Borussia Dortmund have managed to achieve 1 victory, 1 draw, as well as 4 losses in the last 6 recent encounters that it has so far. And on the home and away perspective, you can see that Bologna have actually won 5 matches in the last 8 home matches. They've also had 3 losses as well as 2 draws. And Dortmund, on the other hand, have seen 2 victories and 1 draw, but have lost 7 games in the last 10 away matches. But looking closely to the outcome, you can see that 6 times out of 10, Bologna have actually produced about 2.5, and for Dortmund, it has actually been a much more, 7 times out of 10, they've actually seen over 2.5. And in this very encounter, our verdict is actually on goals. We expect to see a minimum of 3 goals appearing in this very one over 2.5. That's what we expect for this very game. Okay, and the next is also in UEFA Champions League. We'll have Atletico Madrid who will be facing Bayern Leverkusen. Very, very exciting encounter. Looking at seeing that these two teams are quite, in good form at the moment. You see for Atletico Madrid, the last 6 have actually seen them winning 5 out of those 6 matches and losing 1. But Bayern Leverkusen, their West side, have won the entire 6 game that they have so far. And when you look at how these two teams fared on home and away basis, you could say that playing from home, Atletico Madrid have won 8 matches in the last 10 home games. They've had 1 loss as well as 1 draw. And the away side, Bayern Leverkusen have had 5 victories, 4 draws and 1 draw and 1 loss in the last 10 away games that it has so far. The last time both teams met was in 2022. We saw the player out to 2-2 draw on that occasion. And in this very one, we will not expect Atletico to lose out to this one. It is a home side to win or draw. That's what for that very game. Home win or draw. That's what we expect. Okay, and that will take us to the last game for the day. Also in the UEFA Champions League, we'll have Benfica who will be facing FC Barcelona. A very good match to watch. And when you look at Benfica, the home side, have had 3 victories and have had 2 losses as well, and 1 draw. In the away side, Barcelona have had 4 victories, 1 draw, and 1 loss in the last 6 games that they have so far. And looking at how these two teams have performed recently, in the last 10 home matches for Benfica, they've seen 8 victories in the last 10 home games. They've also lost 1, and they had 1 draw. And away side, Barcelona, on the other hand, have managed to achieve 6 victories in the last 10 away games, and they've had 3 draws as well as 1 loss in the last 10 away games that they have so far. We saw Barcelona doing very well recent times, and even though we saw them, having a draw against Getafe in the last away game that they had, but in this very encounter, we will expect Barcelona to take absolute, charge of this very match and win out sharply in Portugal. So it is away side to win. That's what we expect in this very encounter. All right, away win. That's our value, and that brings our predictions for you today on Best Craft Conclusion. And I wish you very best of luck, and I hope the ticket goes good. And also remember to play responsibly. These are football matches. Sometimes it may not be exactly what it seems. That being said, tomorrow is another day, and I will come up with our predictions right on this very channel. But until that time, keep winning. Yeah.